What is an organic social media strategy? We're going to cover that, but first we're going to talk about what is organic social media so you can understand also the benefits of having a strategy. And make sure you stick around until the very end because I do not want you to make this mistake with your organic social media strategy. So what is organic social media? It's basically creating content that goes on the different social media platforms. So think about when you put a graphic on Instagram or you put an update on Facebook or Twitter. This is the different content that you put out on your social media platforms, usually to promote your business or to engage or delight your customers or potential customers. Now, to be more specific, this is content that has no money or paid advertising behind it. You just put it out. It's public usually, and the world can see it. Anyone can see it. Now, according to HubSpot, brands use organic social media for many reasons. A few include establishing their personality and voice, building relationships by sharing information, entertaining, and or inspiring, and also engaging customers at every stage of their buying journey, as well as support their customers with customer service. A lot of times people think that organic social media is the process where you put out posts and people come and buy, but it's so much more than that. There are actually other strategies that you need to have in play when you want to see that return on investment. But when we're talking about organic social media, it is just really one part of the puzzle. You can have an organic social media strategy that brings in customers over time, and I love it, consistently over time, mind you. But you want to keep in mind at the core of organic social media, it is so much more than that. All of the things that we covered. But when it comes to purchases, especially making sure you have customers engaged at every point of their buying journey, not just at the end. Okay, so what is an organic social media strategy? It ties into what I just spoke about in supporting your customer in every stage of their buying journey. An organic strategy brings your customers to your business naturally over time. So instead of directly advertising to your audience, you're drawing them in by providing the information that they're looking for. And this process is known as inbound marketing or content marketing, specifically social media content marketing. So with that said, having a strategy that effectively builds relationships and converts your audience into customers, it goes beyond just posting organically to social media. So you will want to either combine that with paid advertising to maximize your organic content, or you can create other opportunities even with building a sales funnel or some sort of funnel, which I won't get into here. We're just going to stick with organic social media strategy, but know that there are more advanced strategies that you can combine with posting organically to social to create an even more robust organic strategy. So outside of paid advertising, as I mentioned, you can create opportunities to build a relationship further, usually taking them off the platform. Recently, Instagram and Facebook had what we social media managers called a snow day, where they were completely down for the day. So if your whole business lived on Instagram and Facebook, you were probably having a very challenging time that day. So it's important to be able to connect with your audience off platform. And there are ways that you can do that. You can even take them to another platform. YouTube is one of my favorite to deepen the relationship, and even email or other means. So now let's talk about the benefits of having an organic social media strategy and why you should start now. As we mentioned, it is the best long-term strategy for building relationships and also offering value. So I should mention, by the way, that is my goal. I'm here every single day. My goal is to break social media down for you in an easy to understand way, giving you tips, tricks, and reviews. So make sure you subscribe and follow me for more social media tips for your business. With that said, organic social media does take time. So you should start now, or you will always feel like you're behind. I like like to break social media up into two camps. I have short-term platforms and I have long-term platforms. Short-term platforms are the ones where content does not last a long time. So think of your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn. Content kind of comes and goes fairly quickly. And on these platforms, although it does take time to build up, you can really start building an audience right away. Versus a longer-term platform, where these are technically not social media, but I still like to put them in that category because people are confused if they are or if they're not. But they're more so search engines, but I still kind of consider them social. And I'm talking about YouTube and Pinterest and blogging. These take a longer amount of time to build up an audience organically, but the content also lasts a very long time, and so I believe have a stronger benefit, a greater benefit, arguably, but I love that the content lasts for years. So also, organic gives you increased brand awareness. You can stay top of mind, especially on the shorter term platforms that people get on every single day. And you also can build credibility and social proof. When you do have an audience and you do have a strong community, it builds that social proof that your service or your product works, that you are a person of integrity, and that your product or you do what you say that you will. Your product does what it says that it will. So now let's hop into, please don't make this mistake with your organic social media strategy. And that is considering social media as a short-term play. You need to build out your strategy and budget that is sustainable over the long term. I say that because sometimes I'll have clients or customers that come, they want to see what we can do for them in 3 months so they can take over again, which can be absolutely fine. Or I'll have a client who wants consulting or coaching, and it feels like they're really stretching their budget thin. And while some coaches are okay with that, that's okay when it's a guaranteed, you are going to, a program that takes you from A to B, teaching you how to get clients. If the program works, all for it. But when you're learning how to do organic social media for yourself, or you're teaching a team member, it's important that you're doing it in a way that you can sustain it and you're not stressed about it, because as I mentioned, organic social media is a long-term play. So I really want people to have that within their budget, within their realm, within their means, because I've had clients in 3 months, we've completely turned their accounts around. They went from having a high amount of following and a low amount of followers, and in 3 months we were able to turn it around. So now that they're following way lower amount of people and they have far more followers. But then after they're gone, because they can't sustain the management budget, they also don't have the time to continue to grow their following. Conversely, if you're learning how to do it for yourself, you want to make sure that you have the time and or the budget to hire someone else. So just a different mindset to keep in mind when you are thinking about organic social media. You don't want to ever consider this, I'll just do this for a couple of months and then I'll be successful. May work for some people, but that's kind of like buying a lottery ticket and just hoping it works out. And I don't want to be on the receiving end of any disappointment, so I just have to be upfront about that. So with that said, let's really understand the ways that organic social media are used. It's to establish and showcase your brand voice and your personality. It is to increase the brand awareness and build relationships. It's for customer support and engaging customers through every step of the buyer's journey, whether that's just getting to know you or deciding that they're ready to make a purchase. So if you have other goals, you will need to consider more advanced organic strategies or combine paid strategies to reach your goals. Follow me for more social media tips for your business.